All right, everyone, this is take two, just so you know. You should have heard take one. I said this is a fall signs video. I said, ugh. It's an all signs video. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. This is the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. All right. What I did a pre-shuffle. I mean, I don't have to sit here and yammer on about it. It's a bit of a reboot of sorts for your, a grounding of sorts for your intuition. Your third eye, you can spot things. You get your spidey sense recharged. A new filter, I called it in my March write-up. A new filter for your home air conditioning system, for your intuition system. A brand new filter. I like it. You get to see some things. Here in the pre-shuffle, it talks about something very interesting. This is Five of Pentacles right there. It's crossed by the Two of Wands. You get a new angle on something. Sometimes, no matter what you're looking at, there's always a lot of different angles to see it from. And again, most people, which you don't want to be like I always tell you, really only see two or three. You know, there are hundreds sometimes of angles. There's at least a dozen ways to look at something most of the time. There are no absolutes. In this case here, you're seeing a new way to look at something you felt left out about, or you feel like let you down, or you feel like it'll never happen, blah, blah, whatever it is. I don't know. But with Temperance here, it's a bit of a, you've seen the light a little bit. You get, well, I'd call it an epiphany, just with Temperance, but underneath that is the Ace of Swords. So you get a bit of an epiphany here about something that you felt left out about. It's probably a someone. It's Steve's Love Tarot, but it is Pentacles on the tree. It could be something financial. I don't know. Either way, it brings a great deal of healing. Okay? You can, and also you get this, one of the meanings of the Four of Swords. It's interesting that this is here, and it's bookending the Five of Pentacles. You know, and I talked about different ways to look at things. I didn't even think of this until just now, the way the energy is reflecting. One of the energies coming off of this is the brain shutting down and the third eye opening up, right? You get to see some things. You're getting a reboot here. You're seeing this in a whole new light. You're seeing a lot more in this picture than just what's on the surface, okay? What it means, but it's a powerful energy. It blends incredibly well with Mars in Pisces, which this energy happens after Mars in Pisces. It peaks on the 3rd, and Mars in Pisces is on the 2nd, but I'm switching the readings around, doing a little flip on them, because it's important that you know this energy first. Right? So that's what I'm going to do. Mars in Pisces is going to help you out too, in a big way. We'll talk about that on Sunday when I pull on Mars and Pisces. I think it's Sunday. I might have to do it on Monday this week. I'm not sure. We'll see. But nothing's getting in the way of Schrodinger's cat today, I will tell you. Anyway, here we go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. So let's pull the card before the cut. Let's see why the fuck we're here. Okay? The Two of Pentacles. There's an energy that's been hanging around. I think it's a person. It might be a person. I don't know. I'm going to call it it feels like an opportunity. So it might be a person. It might be a job. It might be money or something. We'll call it an energy, but I'm going to change that word to opportunity. There's an opportunity that's been just hanging around, waiting for you to get in the right frequency or you to get a filter change on your intuition so you can see it. I don't know. Something along those lines. All right, here we go. Let's cut the deck. What comes after that? I don't know. Let's see. The Ace of Wands, yeah. You'll have to grab it quick. Like most opportunities, they don't hang around, right? I mean, think about like a dead hawk is a hawk that can't hunt, or one that hit a tree. But I mean, it's generally it's one that can't hunt, one that misses. You know, the opportunity's there. You don't get to dilly-dally around. You see the prey, you got to go for it. You know, you don't have to. You got to size it up and make sure you're not going to clip a wing on a tree or something. But generally speaking, you don't get the little rabbit or whatever the prey is not going to hang around all day. This opportunity isn't going to hang around all day. You're going to catch a glimpse of it. So listen to your intuition. It's strong. It's like a spidey sense. We can call it that, like Spider-Man. Got that spidey sense. Always listens to it. He doesn't dilly-dally and go, I feel danger around the corner. Maybe I should stop and think about this for a minute. He doesn't do that. He just reacts, right? That's what you need to do with this, whatever it is. Could be a person, place, thing. I don't know. I'm just calling it an opportunity because that's what it feels like. In general, the energy always provides an opportunity anyway, but I'm just going to classify it as just an opportunity of some sort. It's going to play out differently for all of you. Let's see where we go. We'll see. Let's go. Well, I already did my thing. I sort of reversed it, but maybe I don't have much shuffling to do. We're just going to do a standard reading. Right here is the energy around your connection with somebody, or soulmate energies around you. If this reading wants to talk about you, I don't know yet. 3D energy around you or somebody. We'll find out in a minute. Your soul or somebody else's, or it could be both. Message from the universe to you and a potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards in the end, and you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. It's a fucking eclipse. And a big deal one at that. Very strong. Very amazing here. A grounding. It's like tightening all the electrical connections, a little bit of that. Things start working a little better when you do that, right? Overall energy, yeah, the magician. What did I say? Like a whole new thing. Well, if you go in and clean up the electrical connections on your car, the ones that connect to your battery, clean it all up, tighten them up down at the starter and where it grounds on the block and all of that, you'd be surprised how much better your car starts and runs, especially if you have an older car. Most people don't do that. Well, it won't start. The AAA guy comes out and goes, well, yeah, but it's just, I don't even have anywhere to put the clips here. That kind of a thing. You're getting a whole new, fresh connection. It's right here. It's a whole new journey. It feels very electrical to me. That's why I describe it that way. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like all the electrical connections are being cleaned in your fucking intuition. That's just what it feels like. Underneath it is the Fool. I'm not playing around here. We didn't know that was there. I didn't know. It's right there. It's the Fool. This is unreal. Yeah, you will. If you clean your terminals, if you got an old car, you get in and start it, you'll get out of the car, you go, holy shit, it's like a whole new world. I know, right? You don't have to have AAA on speed dial. Okay, here we go. Let's see where we're at. The Auto Club. All right, energy around your connection. Let's see what it's really, really strong. Let's see where we're at. The Eight of Cups. So you and somebody who walked away about to have an encounter. It's sort of that you both got what you asked for such a long time ago line from that old song from back in the day. But it's a bit of, you're about to run into each other. Two people that aren't in each other's proximity are about to come face to face and realize that they should have not walked away, or they should have walked away. Somebody, I don't know. I feel like you're going to run headlong into somebody. You got a whole new journey starting. I feel like you'll feel it coming. You'll intuitively know where to go on a given day, right? This is strongest in the first couple of weeks, but I'm not divining out much further than a couple of months at the most. So if you get an urge after this eclipse, if you get a strong urge to go somewhere, right? Just I don't know why, I just feel like I should, whatever. And again, it's not something you think about. It just happens naturally. Right? You may not even realize until after the fact, after the whole thing plays out, that you had a really strong urge to go there. Right? If you're forcing it, that's not it. Right? So keep that in mind. But yeah, you may have a very strong urge to go somewhere. You're not even sure why you're going. You get there and you go, why the fuck am I here? You'll find out pretty quick. All right? I'll tell you what. 3D energies around you or somebody. I'm still not sure. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it's somebody else attached to you. There's an energy of somebody that it's like that. Some readers say the energy, an energy that you once wanted now wants you, kind of a thing. It is that. Their energy is tuning in to you, basically. You're already where you are. Your frequency isn't changing. Your circuitry is getting a little cleaner, but your frequency isn't changing. Somebody's tuning into you, big time. Okay. Their soul is here. It bookends the Eight of Cups. The Nine of Wands, yeah. Again, it's like I said, these are read together, but this is their soul energy. Somebody might be realizing they're not happy. Somebody here, a barrier between you two is melting away. That's been coming up in recent readings. Okay, a barrier to something for you. Now, for most of you watching, this is going to play out in several different arenas. Steve's Love Tarot, so I'm keeping it. There is a soul connection here that's coming in. All right, but I will tell you, there's a barrier. It's been coming up in recent readings, and it's been represented by a Nine of Wands that's melting away, or an obstacle is melting away. It can be between you and another person. It can also be you break through a glass ceiling at work or something along those lines, right? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you're the first person to ever work the friolator to make over $50 an hour. I don't know. You break the glass. I have no idea what you do. I don't know. Okay, I know in a recent reading in the recent past, you were the best friolator worker at McDonald's. I remember talking about that. They had to have you, right? Whatever it is here, the barrier's coming down. And they'll give you what you want. You'll get what you want here very soon. Somebody's getting, I believe it because of the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a very important reading. I hated titling it. I spent a lot of time trying to come up with the fucking title for the YouTube reading because every one I came up with didn't fit right. They only give us 100 characters. So it's like, you're totally fucked. You got to try to squeeze it in. You got to put what it is, and then you got to talk about it. That Mercury retrograde reading is going to bleed onto everything for the next fucking month. I promise you. It is month to 6 weeks. It's going to bleed onto everything. So, again, somebody is returning here. Somebody is also sitting and looking at their life and going, there's something missing. They don't like the options available to them, like I said in the Mercury retrograde reading. So that's also showing up here. All right. Message to you from the universe. Oh, I hated titling that fucking reading. Oh, my God. I went back and forth and back and forth. Oh, fucking hell. All right, anyway, here we go. Because I know everybody's expecting Mercury retrograde in Pisces to be all fucking rainbows and unicorns. Basically, it is. It can be a rainbow unicorny energy. Even I started working on a song again that I had stopped and went back to. I mean, I can dig it. It's a very creative energy. It's also fucking nonsense as well. Message to you from the universe. Red right here with the Eight of Cups, probably the King of Cups. Do I want to say that? You're going to make me say that? You might have felt like if this person, I mean, it could be if it's a job, it could apply if it's a job too. Maybe you interviewed for a job and didn't get it, right? Anyway, I'll apply it to a person. You may feel like they didn't love you. You might have been really sad about that. You might feel like you had more feelings for them than they have for you. I think the opposite is true, right? And I can tell you from the job perspective, sometimes you just get outvoted. Sometimes you really want to hire somebody. You love them. You thought they were great. And your other 2 or 3 people involved don't like that person. They like somebody else. You get outvoted. That kind of a thing. That's why I say if you can do a business by yourself, do it. Don't get anybody else involved, I'll tell you. But at the end of the day here, so it could have been a scenario like that. But assuming it's a person, you feel like that you love them more than they loved you. Actually, in the love department, I think it's fairly equal, but it's probably heavier on their side, which is probably what drove them away in the first damn place. Right? And the DMs in this cycle are particularly frightened of any kind of vulnerability. I mean, the King of Cups backs that up a little bit. Anyway, we'll clarify. Potential final outcome for you. So what's going to happen here? Well, it's the Hermit. It is technically, I'm stretching it. Well, I'll show you why. Oh, he's right here. Remember, we had the Magician and the overall energy with the Fool fueling it. The energy coming off of this is my Fool Hermit. See how he's on the edge of a cliff there? Right. See how he's on the edge of a cliff there? That's all I'm drawn to. What you're looking at, because I'm looking at my monitor, so I know what I'm showing you, is all I'm drawn to on this Hermit card. That, for me, is this Hermit card, which is, strangely enough, all I'm drawn to on this is that. Okay, so I think you learned something you didn't know. I think you'll have to trust your intuition here. And that's a good thing because this is the lunar eclipse, full moon in Virgo, where your intuition is getting fired back up. Connections are getting cleaned up and shined and retightened. It's working well. Your spidey sense is firing on all cylinders, working really good, perfectly. So trust your intuition on this. I think you won't regret it. I don't get any regrets here for you. I don't get a 5 of Cups attached to that. I don't feel it. I don't feel the sad horse attached to that energy. But we'll see. We're going to clarify with the light seer. So let's go. There's something you missed here. 8 of Pentacles. I don't know what, there's something you missed. There's a clue. Look, how do I phrase this? There's a clue to all of this, to everything I'm talking about here. This person, why they left, this job you didn't get. And again, it could be both. You know, this opportunity that you felt it out in the cold on, the Five of Pentacles from the pre-shuffle. There is something you missed around it. The answer is there the whole time. This energy, given a new filter, new connections, cleaned connections, everything working right to your intuition, allows you to see it. All right? So you're gonna see a lot of things that you missed here within a person or a situation. All right? Or just an opportunity in general. Let's go. Eight of Cups. Why is it here? Very interesting. I like this energy for you. Why is the Eight of Cups here? I'm very curious. I'm very curious. The Seven of Swords tried to jump out of my hand. Just so you know. Let me see here. I don't think, for some of you, I don't think somebody wanted to walk away from you. You know, my intuition is a little strong. I get a connection refresh too. You know, I get to hulk up a little bit in this energy, which benefits you. You know, but this whole year I've been kind of, it feels like one long Scorpio season where I hulk up kind of a thing. It really has. I feel like, I don't know. It is what it is. Why don't I just throw the cards? All right, rather than speculate. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Should have said it. I would have seemed really cool. I feel like the moment either the job passed on you or the person walked away or the moment that Five of Pentacles happened, out in the cold, you out in the cold, or you in this, out in the cold. It was already making its way back to you. It had already, in other words, it's almost like, let's take this, somebody walking away from Eight Broken Cups. They're just in a, well, they're just on a sphere. They're just walking back around. They're just going to come back around. You were always going to come back to whatever this is. It was always coming back. It's a boomerang effect. It's tied to Mercury retrograde in some way. What's on top? That's why I talked about it, you know. Six of Swords. And why is that here? The Four of Cups. Yeah. You never had, it's what I said. It's what I just fucking said. You never had anything to worry about, right? You know, back in the old days, the sailors used to think that you were going to sail off the side of the world if you kept going, right? They used to think the world was flat. They're going to sail off the side and just fall right over the edge, you know. They never had anything to worry about. They were always going to be fine. We know that now. Queen of Swords. Well, speaking of that, yeah, there's a lot. Somebody doesn't, normally somebody here is afraid that you're going to cut them out. Somebody here, there's no fear here at all. Somebody's put the sword away. They don't want to fight. They're tuned into your frequency. You're running headlong into somebody. All right? It was always going to happen. You're running headlong into them. What's on top? 10 Swords. Why is that here? The Nine of Wands. And again, this segues right into the Nine of Wands and the soul. And the soul energy flows 5D to 3D from here to here. I mean, again, this wall is coming down. So this whole thing ties to the soul. The soul, it tells me the soul's woken up. It tells me somebody's getting clean connections on their intuition. And they're tuning into you. Their radio is fixed. I mean, you're the radio station and their radio is fixed. Okay? I mean, it's really, I mean, it's amazing. This is fantastic. This is great energy. I can only imagine how this plays out with Mars coming in to Pisces. It's going to blend with the energies. A little bit of the Mars energy probably coming in this reading. I probably can't keep it out. So, 9 Wands, why is it here? We might as well pull on it because it's coming out. It's telling me I was right when I read this, but there's probably more to the story. Let's see. Let's see where we go. Come on now. Tell me about the 9 Wands. Why is it? Okay. All right. 8 Swords. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a bit of what I told you. They're getting the same thing. You're both in the same boat of you might get an urge to go somewhere or do something or, you know, say... I mean, it's sort of like the only reason I met my wife is because I finally broke down and said yes to a party that I said no to like 4 times. On the 5th time, I finally said, well, fuck it, I'll go. You know, I mean, that kind of a thing. It's a bit of that. In retrospect, I'm like, my God, the universe was trying to get me to go to the damn party. I wasn't fucking listening. You know, what the hell was wrong with me? I'm Steve. You know, normally I listen to those things. An invitation that comes out of the blue from nowhere, right? Just somebody, some neighbor coming over, knocking on the door. Hey, you know, it wasn't a common thing for that person to do. That may happen to you. Something like that. Look for things that are out of the ordinary. Invites from people that are out of the ordinary. Look for that. That's happening with them as well. Okay? They don't know why they're so tuned into you, but they are. All right? They might be overthinking it. They might be overthinking the feelings, but that's par for the course for the DMs here. Okay? What's on top? The Hermit. Yeah. I mean, what did I say about frequency? You're both in the same frequency. You're both in the same boat. You're both trusting your intuition. You're both reading your intuition. And again, I show you the bottom part of that. That's not a mistake. Steve, it's not on camera. It is. It's the Fool Hermit. Right? Why is that here? You're both having the epiphany. You're both in the same boat. Like energy. This is like energy attracts like energy on crack. This is your car batteries, terminals cleaned with fresh connections. Everything hooked up to the starter, nice and shiny and clean. The ground screwed into the block, nice and shiny and clean. I mean, you turn the key, the damn thing pretty much goes down the road driven by the starter. That's how fucking tight the connections are. It's pretty much this. Your intuitions are lined up. Their radio is working and you're putting out a strong signal. All right? You are putting out a strong signal and they're honing into it. You're there beacon. They're putting out a signal. You're putting out a signal. You're there beacon in the storm, though. I feel like that for sure. I think the love is actually heavier on their side than it is on yours. Maybe it's reading that way because you're annoyed that they walked away or you're estranged from this, or if it's a job, you're annoyed that they didn't hire you. Try to be a little less annoyed if that's you. I dig it. But if they contact you to try and to say we made a mistake and we'd like to hire you, it's an opportunity that's been hanging around. Try not to be annoyed by it. Try not to rip their face off for it. If this person shows up, try not to rip their face off for it. Pay attention to what I said in your final outcome on the Mercury retrograde reading. I said it's important. All my readings tie together, right? You never had anything to worry about. This person, this job, this opportunity, whatever it is, it was always coming back. This person here is not walking on a flat earth. It's walking on round. It comes around and around and around. All right? That's all. Okay. Let's see where we go here. King of Cups. Let's see where we're at. What do you want to tell my people about this King of Cups? I feel like the love is very heavy on their side right now. There's a lot of, I don't have a chariot yet, but there's a lot of determination here. It's crossed by the environmental energies, the Seven of Wands. What did I say? Defensive. A little bit. Annoyed. I think I said annoyed or something. Try not to be annoyed, sort of a thing. This person hid a lot from you. They kept a lot at bay. They did. They pushed it back. More than you know. Okay? If it's a job, they wanted you more than you know. It's like I said. You know, sometimes it happens. Just one person wants to hire you, and there's three more that don't. And you know, it's just the way it goes. You know, it is what it is. But if this is, for most of you, this is a soulmate connection. It's Steve's Love Tarot. Somebody held a lot back. They pushed it back and pushed it back, and that's bad. It's almost, that makes it a guarantee it's going to come back. It really does. All right. Yeah. What did I say? What did I say? I don't know. I almost gave a throwing up in a corner at a party joke, but you know, pretty much. Here we go. All right. Forward movement. It's coming. It was always going to come back. Somebody was always going to reach out. We're reaching the point now where the boat's coming back around full circle. You never had anything to worry about. I've got 8 wands here. Somebody's going to tell you somebody's going to tell you about this. I believe the universe is saying it's not just about intuition here. Yeah, you'll pick up on it, and yeah, you just get this intuitive thing to go somewhere or do something, and you run headlong into each other because you're so tuned into each other, blah, blah, blah. But also 3D communication is possible here. In a big way. Why is that here? The moon. It's a message for you. It's a piece of advice. Can I give that without getting my face ripped off by your annoyedness? It's red with the 4 of Cups. Stop worrying so much. That stuff, again, try to have some faith that the universe has your back. I think what it wants to say here is this energy, this lunar eclipse, with your intuition recharged, shall we say, the connections cleaned up and filter replaced, however you want to look at it, I think you'll realize a lot more that the universe has your back. It's looking out for you. You're certainly a protected person. I definitely get that. Again, it can't be for all of you, but you're certainly being looked after. And if you're like, well, I don't know how protected I am, Steve, my life is shit. Perhaps you're not seeing the protection. Perhaps you're not listening to the energy around you. Most people don't. And you know how I feel about most people. Don't be like them, right? Most people miss it. The universe will keep trying. But I've seen a lot of people that are in my life who are protected, who are like, my God, they've got so much protection energy around them. And they just do the opposite things. They don't flow with that energy, so the protection is null and void. It's sort of like if you were walking around with a security detail. You had 2 bodyguards following you around, and you keep ditching them, right? You're not protected if you've ditched them. They're not going to be able to help you, that kind of a thing. So keep that in mind. Try to have some faith that the universe has your back. It's just sort of it's a little lecture from the energy a little bit here with these two. Try not to fret so much about the unknown. The unknown's actually where the magic is. You may find that out with the magician over this here. You may figure that out too. That might be something that you finally get a handle on. You never had anything to worry about. You never do. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I guarantee you right now, everybody watching me is going to die. All right, y'all dying. That's it. It's plain and simple. There's going to be an end to this particular lifetime. We'll move on to something else, but at some point, fine. So there's no need to sit around and worry about it. There's no need to fret about it. Go enjoy your life. You wouldn't sit around, oh my God, one day I'm not going to be around, and you just waste your life sitting in the yard like this, thinking about one day it's all going to end. Oh my God, it's terrible. That'd be a terrible waste. This is the same kind of warning you're getting from the universe. You spent some time worrying about whatever this is or fretting about it. There was never any need to with this particular thing. Things tend to come full circle, okay? Things don't just fall off a cliff and go away. Even you tend to get resolutions either in the 3D or energetically. You can get them as well. A lot of times if you pay attention to your dreams, even if you don't remember the dream, the way you feel when you wake up is very important. The universe talks to us in a lot of different ways. The energy around us is always speaking to us. It'll do it through dreams. It'll do it through the 5D all the time by manipulating billboards and commercials that pop up and all kinds of things. It actually does that. And it's especially true when you're not looking for it, right? When it just sort of happens. I know psychologists will call it your subconscious and things like that, but your subconscious is really 5D kind of energy. It really kind of reads that way anyway. So at the end of the day, let's see where we go here. It's not actually 5D. It said it's really kind of. I know somebody will correct me there. Your subconscious is not 5D. I'm aware of that. But it reads like it. It behaves like the 5D in a lot of ways. And the universe can manipulate anything in the 3D very easily. 3D energy is a joke for the 5D. All right, we'll put it that way. Why is the Hermit here? What's the potential final outcome? Anyway, do what you want with your newfound intuition. I'm not going to sit here and lecture about this, but that's what's here. All right, I'm just reading the energy. I don't really care what you do. You want to spend your life doing that? Knock yourself out. It's fine. It's a shame, but it's fine. See that fool? And I said this was like the fool, right? I showed you that. Here's a fool. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. I'm not making this shit up. Look at what happened. I've already told you about this. And being the fool, Hermit. And I get the fool crossing it to verify it. I even went out of my way to show you a fool and put up close-ups of a cliff. And then a cliff. It is what it is. It's everything I've said. I believe this opportunity, it's like I'm giving a speech, a civil rights speech. I believe, right? No, I believe this person is rolling back in. Or this opportunity, whatever it is rolling back in. What's on top? Yeah, straight to you. You don't have to do anything. It comes to you. In fact, I would say even more, Just keep walking. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. Don't second guess anything and trust your intuition in this energy. Your intuition is getting a tune-up. I mean, there you are right there. Things are about to change for you, and you have no idea that it's coming. Okay? It's a very positive energy. You'll feel it coming. You'll feel the Ten of Swords coming. You'll feel like something's going to change, but you won't have any dread about it. All right? Unless you stay defensive here. All right? And you don't listen to what I said about these two cards. But again, I think it doesn't matter. In fact, if you don't see it coming, it's better in some way. Again, the magic lives in the unknown. I think that's part of what this eclipse teaches a lot of people. All right? The higher vibrational ones anyway. Lower vibrational people are always going to do what they do. They're always going to be skeptical of things. They're always going to, well, I don't know about the universe has my back. I don't, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of yammering. If we took back all the yammering, their lives, it'd be a third longer. Right? They waste a third of their life yammering on and doubting shit. It's not worth it. It's not. Just whatever happens, happens. I think we can adopt that attitude here. Right? Be like water. Water takes the shape of whatever it's poured into. It doesn't. This is not like water. This is not taking the shape of what she's poured into. She's got rainbows here and shit here. It's a pretty obvious choice. Why is that here? It's 10 cups. I wasn't even worried. I wasn't looking. Everything I just told you just got backed up with that coming out about that. Again, it's a beautiful ending. It's very nice. You learn something. You get an opportunity, provided you trust your intuition and you stay on the path you're on and you don't second guess everything. All right? You're heading headlong for this opportunity, be it a person, an opportunity, whatever it is. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. All right, let's go. Let's see. Unreal. I got a fool hermit, a fool crossed by a fool fueling the overall energy of the magician, which is a new journey. The fool is a new journey, right? Leap of faith towards it. Again, you got to that fool is talking about leap of faith. It is the leap of faith energy. It's not. It's just trusting your intuition. It's not even blind faith because your intuition is working so strong you can see it and feel it. Right here, he or she, this Queen of Pentacles, red with this Ten of Swords, knows exactly what's coming. And she's not at all worried. She knows it's going to be fine. In fact, you might want to do some dreaming or some manifesting and try and fine-tune some of this. Your manifesting will be very strong right now. Okay? Very strong indeed. All right? Do what you want to do. It's beautiful energy. I love it. Final message to you, and we'll go pull some wicked voodoo. Is there a devil energy? Is there deception here? I think a lot of the deception and shit came out in the Mercury retrograde reading. That Mercury retrograde energy bleeds onto everything over the next month. It includes this as well. That's why this is great that your intuition is strong. That's why you're being told to listen to your intuition, because the words coming out of people's mouths are bullshit. You're going to have mental fog. You're susceptible to falling for sob stories and bullshit, right? Nonsense conspiracy theories and shit will be abound. That's why you gotta, if you want to thrive in this energy we're moving into, take advantage of the fact that the electrical department at the auto repair center has given your electricals a fucking tune-up, a shine. Your intuition is working like a charm. Trust it, okay? Trust it. Here we go. Three of Pentacles, final message to you. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. There's the Fool right down the middle. We can't escape it. And there's an Ace of Pentacles. And here's the King of Swords. So yeah, all of that bullshit I talked about in the Mercury retrograde reading is 3D stuff. It's the brain. It's the ego, right? You got to trust if you switch it to primary intuition, right? You're following your intuition primarily. You can't lose here. You're not going to be able. You won't lose. I mean, nobody will be able to fool you. You'll be a human lie detector. You come in, it'll help you out. A lot of people are going to get snowed in this energy. Low vibrational people are going to be in trouble in this Mercury retrograde, I think. Jeez, they're going to believe all kinds of crap. King of Swords crossing the Fool. These are red, center, left, right. I'm glad the Fool came back. It's a pretty simple message. Okay? If your intentions are good, this leap of faith is no big deal. If your intentions are good, you could take major, you'd normally consider major risks in this energy. You can ask people out you wouldn't normally ask. You can go for jobs you wouldn't normally go for. You can make new friends that you normally wouldn't make. You all come out smelling like a rose. Provided this energy, this lunar energy, okay, which is strongest for the first couple of weeks, it starts to fade out. It'll be around for 6 months, but it starts to fade out pretty quick after the first month or so. Okay, but it was strongest in the first couple of weeks. This energy rewards honest leaps of faith. It rewards you following your intuition. All right, but the problem with that is you got to be careful about putting doubt in it. We got to be the most dangerous card on this table is this right here. Bummed out, depression. See, I knew that would happen. Anything like that ruins the whole thing. It gets in the way of your intuition. It causes you to second guess yourself, but in a negative way. I'm not telling you to be super positive, Oakley dokley, Ned Flanders kind of bullshit. I am telling you, try to be like water. Try to understand that the universe has your back. If you can do that, if you believe that, you will come out on top in the most surprising things in this energy. I mean, obviously, the King of Swords is here. Be smart. Stupid leaps of faith are not always rewarded. This is a very smart king. If it makes sense, and you're pretty sure your gut's telling you you can pull this off, try it. At least try. But do what I say always, with the March, in my March write-up, I do say try to leave yourself an out clause with everything, right? Try to be able to have some take-backs, you never know. But this does say that these leaps of faith are very rewarded if they're pure of heart, if you will. Right? Very rewarded indeed. You can make, I talked about breaking glass ceilings somewhere back in here when I was doing this. Yeah, you could, we're talking partnerships and opportunities like you've never seen before. For some of you, a couple of you watching, this opportunity energy that's been hanging around is a big deal. It's a huge partnership. It's a huge pentacle, very pentacle sort of thing. It could be a marriage as well with the Three of Pentacles. It could be one, but it's one that proves quite lucrative. Now, that doesn't mean you're marrying into a rich family. It might. Good for you. But hopefully there's love too, because it doesn't come later. Trust me. The two aren't related. But it means your two energies mesh well together and you attract abundance. That's what I mean when I say it proves lucrative. Okay? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, I do. Well, I'll try and find the devil here. I will. I'll look for it. I'll open the extended by pulling on you and this and see what else we can get on you. Hopefully it's not more of this shit. And we'll see where we go. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. Hope this reading was helpful. Good luck.